Hello everyone, Spidey Fist here, and I'm going to be doing a list of my top 5 cars needed for Asphalt 9 Legends. I'm actually going to start the list with a honorable mention, and that is going to be for the Toyota Supra, just any edition or version of the Toyota Supra. However, due to some licensing, Toyota doesn't really support mobile games, so I don't really think that we would be seeing a Toyota Supra. But, I mean, we can still include it as an honorable mention on the list. As far as the list goes, I'm not going to be including a lot of, like, hypercars like the Lamborghinis or the Ferraris or any of those, like, high-end manufacturers, just because we have so many in the game right now. And I feel like there's a lot more common cars that didn't make it into the game, haven't made it into the game yet. So the only hypercar that I'm going to include in this list is going to be number 5, the Mercedes-Benz Silver Arrow. This thing is such a cool and weird looking car. I love this thing. This is a reward in the game, and it is just so crazy looking, and it moves. It's just so cool, and I would love to see it in Asphalt 9. I think that it would be really, really cool. And this is just one of those cars that they could throw into either S or A class rather easily. I feel like if they were to put it as like the Grand Prix, or if they were to put it as like the reward for the end of the season or something, I really, really think that this car would do good. But that'll be it for number 5. Moving on to number 4. We have the Volkswagen ID Buggy. This is a really, really cool concept car from Volkswagen, and I absolutely love it. My wife Tabitha is very upset that this is not a car that is available to the public, because the moment that she saw it, she absolutely fell in love with it. That is why it is all pinked out here. Whenever she hops on and she plays the game, this is the vehicle that she uses. She just loves it so much. And it really, really just looks so neat, and it's a really, really cool car. This is another one, I think throwing this in as a car hunt or something like that, making it either a D or C class car would be a really good fit for it. And seriously, like, this is just another car that has so much presence to it. It looks very, very original, and I know that Asphalt 9 loves to have those more original, like, striking-looking cars, especially because, I mean, whenever it comes to, like, car collecting games, which Asphalt 9 is just a big Pokemon game of cars, right? They are going to be the ones that have a lot of draw to them, that get people wanting to, compete in order to get them. And I don't think that we have enough Volkswagens in the game. If I am correct, we have one? I think we've only got one, so having another Volkswagen in the game would be a really, really good idea from my point of view. And the next vehicle on the list is number 3, the 2023 Nissan Z. This thing is awesome looking. We already have the GTR in the game as a A-class car. I think throwing in the new Nissan Z would be a really, really good move. I would love to see more Nissans. Like, I think we have the GTRs in there, and I want to say that there's like a 370Z maybe somewhere in the game. I don't think I have it. But I think there's like a D-class Nissan also. So having another Nissan, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So having another Nissan would be pretty cool, and this is a really good-looking car. This thing is just awesome. I would love to see like the Skyline make it in there, but I feel like with this being a newer car, this is going to be the Nissan that would make it in. But it is also a very visually striking car, and with it being new, I figured that it has a pretty good chance of making it into the game eventually. And I just really like this car. I think that it looks great. And our next car on the list is going to be the Dodge Charger. This is the Wide Body Hellcat Edition 2023. But really just any of the newer style of Charger I think would be a really good fit into the game. Maybe make it like a C-Class or something like that. But this is a really, really cool car. And where I live, there are a lot of Chargers on the road. There are a lot of people driving around in this. So I know that it's a rather popular car. And I know that the idea of, including popular cars is probably something that they think about. So having a car like this would be a really good addition to the game. And I don't believe there are currently any Chargers in the game, so I think that throwing a Charger, especially one like this, because this is a pretty cool car, the 2023 looks really good. I think that that would be a pretty good move. This is another one that would do really well in a car hunt setting. I don't necessarily think that it should be like a Grand Prix vehicle or like a big special event vehicle. And lastly, my number one pick, I don't think anybody who knows me is going to be surprised by this. It is the Mazda MX-5 or a Mazda Miata of some sort. This is the 2016 model, and it looks great. And honestly, I could have just made a list of my top 5 Mazdas that I want in the game because I am a very big fan of Mazdas. I love the way that they look. But I included the Mazda Miata, the MX-5, just in whichever edition they wanted to give it to us because it is an iconic little sports car. And I think that it would fit really well into either the D or the C class. And I feel like the Mazda Miata is popular enough that it would really be something that people would want to play for. And I think that this would do really well as the Legend Pass vehicle because they'll give you free blueprints with the Legend Pass if you do the upgrade, or they'll give you a couple of them, but not really enough to unlock the car. I think that the Mazda Miata would be absolutely perfect for that. This is a car that not only I love, but it is a very, very big part of racing culture in general. But on top of just popularity, I think that the modding options available for it would allow the game to put in more like spoilers and body kits and stuff like that. But honestly, that could be said for most of the cars on this list, and that's one of the big reasons that I picked the list. These are pretty popular cars, they're good-looking cars, and I would just really, really love to see them in the game. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you liked it. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Are there 5 cars that you think should be in the game ahead of these? Let me know in the comment section down below. I love hearing from you guys. But that is it for this video. I hope you liked it. Like, subscribe, comment, ring the notification bell, all of those things. But I am Spidey Fist, and I'm out of here.